Hello everyone, this is Group 4. Welcome to the presentation of Group 4. There are 4 people in this group, 1 boy and 3 girls. We are Wang Chengyu, Changyue, Yu Ge, and Long Xirui respectively. Our group is going to describe something very special. The name of the technology is bulletproof. I'm sure you are seeing those pictures on the screen. They are bulletproof vests, bulletproof glass, and bulletproof car. No doubt, they look very tough. Now, please allow me to introduce bulletproof to you. There are 3 aspects here. Why appear? Who need? Where use? Firstly, why does bulletproof appear? Because a war that happened more than 100 years ago. The authors have found that defending against bullet can improve the army's capabilities. So people more and more concerned about the importance of bulletproof. Secondly, who needs bulletproof? This is a very obvious problem. The military needs bulletproof because it's bad for the military to survive. Meanwhile, the government leadership needs to be more bulletproof. We all know that government leadership are very important to a country. In some exceptional cases, there have been terrorist attacks on government leadership. So that's why the core people rely on bulletproof. Finally, where is the bulletproof used? As far as I know, I get some knowledge about it from war movies. Bulletproof technology is widely used in bulletproof vests, bulletproof glass, and bulletproof cars. Of course, there are relatively common products in the field of bulletproof. Alright, now let my partner introduce in detail.
This part is about material testing for ballistic defensive structure. Each material undergoes strict ASTM testing to determine its UL rating, which directly related to its ability to stop the certain types of ammunition. The first is perspiration. To determine values for perspiration rates during the test person will wet without clothing. The second is heart rate during the test. The heart rate was calculated continuously from the ECG. It was possible to record the heart rate measured during the test. And next is skin temperature. The skin temperature was measured before and after the test. It is also measured on the measurement on the red and when ventral measurement in the air of theaters. The last is temperature. The temperature was taken as a representative value for the body temperature, and that's the subsequent to the test, as well as certain minutes intervals during the test. And there's about 2 kinds of materials: high-performance polymers materials and new fibers. High-performance polymers materials is very thin, so it is very hot and inconvenient to wear, so people are looking for some others. New fibers have been discovered. People think that is better, but because of the new fibers accident, a policeman was killed. So a new materials record announcement was published. than its real materials. In order to make this clothing that start by producing fibers or filmers that lightweight but strong. One of the most well-known is Kevlar, which is produced by spinning and solid from a liquid chemical blend. Another fiber, Denimer, is made from polyethylene space and manufactured by means of the gel spinning process. That creamy bind extreme stringe with the incredible softness. Holmes said that let them characterize fibers change that are not visible using other approaches, that they were surprised at the sensitivities of this technique as they carried out their research. So said they didn't have a good technique to figure out well certain material fell out during the folding test while others didn't. The material tool was the first one to give them a glimpse into certain fibers. Fell when the folded, others didn't lose any string. For body armor manufacturer who wants to make a suitable alternative to the body armor that is on the market, this result could be a great design, and it could also lead to vests that are more comfortable, because the number of fibers that are critically used can be fine-tuned.
My name is Yu Ge, and I will introduce the examples of bulletproofing in the real world. The example is bulletproof glass. The bulletproof glass is made of glass and high-quality engineering plastics by special processing of a composite material. It is usually transparent material. It has the appearance of ordinary glass and the behavior of transmitting light. It can provide certain protection against small arms shooting. The bulletproof glass is between 7 mm and 75 mm thick. The bulletproof glass has 3 parts of its structure. The first one is load bearing layer. The first layer withstands the impact and rupture, generally using glass of large thickness and high strength. It can destroy the warhead or change the shape of the warhead so that it loses the ability to continue to move forward. And the second one is the transition layer. The transition layer is the general use of organic adhesive material, strong adhesion and good light resistance. It can absorb part of the impact energy and change the direction of the bullet. And the third one is the safety protection layer. These layers adopt high-strength glass or high-strength transparent organic material. It has good elasticity and toughness. It can absorb most of the impact energy and ensure that the bullet cannot pass through that layer. Next, I will describe the real cases. In 1998, 9th February, the Georgian president Eduardo Shevardnadze was on his way home in a car when more than 20 men burst out of the dark woods and threw grenades at the car. The car, which is a $500,000 bulletproof vehicle given to him by the German government and equipped with state-of-the-art bulletproof glass. It saved the Shevardnadze from death. And the security car also uses bulletproof glass. The armored vehicles will even be equipped with one-way bulletproof glass. This bulletproof glass protects against bullets from the outside, but allows security personnel inside the vehicle to shoot from the inside. After this type of bulletproof glass is attacked, the inside of the safety protective layer without spatter does not constitute any harm to the human body. The safety bulletproof glass can ensure the absolute safety of the vehicle interior, but the price is higher, the weight is also very high.
In this topic, I think bulletproof car lets most people know more about bulletproofing, and today, more and more people will choose bulletproof car when they buy a car. There are personal and family factors. For people's own protection, there is nothing more important to them than their own safety and protection. While inside, armored vehicles will always protected no matter what happens in the outside world. And for public people, it is very important about privacy, and having an armored vehicle, having bulletproofing cars can save this problem very well, and also increase people's safety. And thirdly, some people will buy luxury cars. Cars can bulletproofing cars with bulletproof materials will make the appearances of cars less likely to be damaged. And there are also social environmental factors. If people live in a not safe environment, and that's why some people will choose it. Maybe sometimes good people need to trip to dangerous place, and maybe they will meet kidnapping, drive-by shootings. Meanwhile, some people live in locations where often happen in dangers. So more and more people are willing to get cars made of bulletproof materials. One of the best examples is the most bulletproofing of the bulletproof car. It has the best protections in the parts that are easy to be shot by the gun. In the field of bulletproof cars, it's called transparent armor. Bulletproof glass is not thick, so it can withstand guns or tractors. But rather than a sandwich of pre-cut or bayonet, it is a type of the plastic and lightweight glass. Besides, it can stop subsonic rounds and emit high power. How about doors and bars? And the floor and ceilings are generally lined with ballistic fabrics at the door, and the pillars may be bolted with the steel pulleys. And the combinations of the ballistics and nano and Kevlar is similar to the materials in bulletproof vests or both. Tires. If it's in a movie, bad guys often shot at the tires of good guys to slow down, and then they will fight towards the ground. This is one of the most unbelievable parts of the car in a real life. However, more armored cars can use on-board tires, pressure control, and ceiling assessments to avoid bullet damage. Smaller cars can use under-compound deflections to protect the tires. Cars that use bulletproof materials have two important special points. One is that they consume more fuel than ordinary cars, and the other is that they need better building capacity. At first, people looked for bulletproof because of the war. With such a demand, scientists conduct research on materials with bulletproof capabilities, and then pass a large numbers of the tests. similar to tests like the AMTS testing. This lead to the emergence of the bulletproof vest, bulletproof glass, and bulletproof cards. Let the things that were originally used for war be used in real life. Let people have more chance to protect themselves and their families in a place. On behalf of all members of the 4 groups, thank you all.